So I just had a guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough.
Well, that's wrong.
So for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago? Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are still high? And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay, we have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling, and the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling. That's not a booming economy.
No, because the economy is not booming because we have serious inflation. The stock market is booming, and obviously the stock market and the economy are sometimes correlated. They're not always going to be the same thing. So people are learning the harsh lesson that the stock market is not the economy. The economy, arguably very much on tilt. It's been on tilt. We've been battling serious inflation for like a year and a half now. And this is what happens when you have a Federal Reserve and a government that is printing money and spending money like no other. I don't even know if this guy is real. So like she might just be ranting about something that's obviously possible. But if he is a real person, he's just uninformed. Like it is a very complex issue, but also seemingly simple. Inflation is bad and pay has not risen at the same amount as costs. So that's what happens is people feel this extra pressure. But also if the guy is real, and then he's like, well, people could work harder, that they're not necessarily mutually exclusive. I think it can be true that we have a lot of lazy people, and it could also be true that people who aren't lazy are still in a bad situation because of inflation. I don't think they're necessarily mutually exclusive.